us that, you know what, when you experience some circumstances, that there's some ways out for you. But what I did when I got out of jail, I stopped relying on me. Anything that I can handle, I would handle, and anything outside of my control, I gave it to God. I got baptized in December, and I've been on fire for the Lord since. I don't apologize for telling people that God did this for me. By far, I'm not a religious person. I have a relationship with God, and He's been showing me blessings day in, day out. We've been talking a lot about detox. Do you know that you have to detox your mind? Amongst anything else, you detox your skin, you detox your stomach. I know people that go to the manis and pedicure, you get your feet detoxed. Why not detox our mind? And as a couple steps to detox your mind. All of the negative people in your life, remove yourself from them. You can't remove them. It's a full-time job trying to change myself. I am not trying to change another adult that don't want to be changed. And when you make those changes in your life, it seems uncomfortable because our mind automatically tells it, it's a protector. It gives us the what ifs. This may happen, that may happen. And if you don't have control over your mind, or if you don't have control over your mindset, you're going to go to doctors and they're going to give you placebo pills or pills that's going to give you all these other side effects. How many of us seen one of those commercials? My mom has fibromyalgia, and it's a very debilitating disease to the nervous system. She remains in pain all the time. But have you ever seen one of those fibromyalgia commercials? And these people are having fun. They're going golfing, this, that, and the third. While they doing all that, you listen in the background. It may stop your liver. You may bleed uncontrollably. None of these people are vomited and bleeding uncontrollably. They're having an amazing time. And my mom, the sad thing about it, my mom is on those medicines. And I've seen her feet swell. And I've seen her have the uncontrollable bleeding and things of that. And so those side effects are real. Especially when you become dependent on medication. Outside circumstances. I want to tell y'all, no one outside of me beside God control my circumstances. But this is the thing. You have to start with yourself. You have to start feeding yourself. When we go to the gym, you're working out your pecs. This is a legs day. This is an abs day. When is there a mind day? And when I say mind, I'm not talking about that smushy thing that you see inside when I say mind, people think I'm talking about your brain. Your mind is your subconscious. That's your direct connection to God. And until you have an awareness and an understanding of that, we'll be lost. They say that Jesus, Jesus' chosen people, God's chosen people, wandered around for 40 years. You know why? Because they still had a slave mentality when they got free. They were looking for people to feed them. They were looking for people to clothe them. And God was like, you know what? I can't change y'all. I done showed you all these miracles. I done fed y'all. I done made a staff turn into a snake. I done parted the Red Sea. I parted the Red Sea. And y'all still don't believe that I can get y'all to the promised land? So I say all that to say, one of my mentors, one of my firm believers is Les Brown. And he tells you to not let anyone's opinion of you become your character. We don't understand that we live in a society today that we're judged by our outer. We're just like for Rita to say, I'm sorry that I might affect or offend anybody just by telling her what God has brought her through. We live in a society where it's not the opposite of courage isn't fear. It's conformity. We have to fit in a box. I love what she's doing with her everything stretchy. Because you know what, for you to wear what you're wearing, which is amazing, is fly, but you have to know nobody's doing it in this area. So for you to do that, I give you a round of applause because you are true in your skin. The three things that I want to help y'all with before I leave is one, stinking thinking. Stinking thinking is more detrimental than getting hit by a car. We heard a couple people talk about non-traditional ways of healing. Non-traditional ways of healing translates to me of God's law. I don't live in the physical with man's law. When you tap into what God has for you, anything is possible. People call it power, energy. Some religious people may call it spirit man. At the end of the day, it's what makes this body move. How many have thought about when you cut your hand that there's there's cells in your body that automatically pull the cut together, that put a blood clot to make sure it heals? And if there's no infection near it, your body is working overtime to heal that for you. No one tells your stomach that it needs to digest food after you just ate one of Willie's awesome hot dogs. It automatically happens. It breaks away what isn't necessary, and it allows the nutrients to go through the rest of your body. And we don't think about that because we're so busy waiting for someone to tell us what to do, to lead us to the light. No one can lead you to the promised land besides yourself. So one of the ways to remove stinking thinking, give yourself a 30-day detox from CNN, constantly negative news. I know this, my mother-in-law loves to see the evening news. She has to watch it. If she doesn't watch the evening news, how am I going to know what's going on in the world? Today with social media, all you have to do is scroll through your timeline and you can find out what's going on. So I challenge y'all to take 30 days away from just being around negativity within your control. Yeah. How many of them has a job here? How many of us heard of water cooler talk? Or somebody come to your cubicle and they sit down and then they start telling you how bad their weekend was and how much they hate the fact that it's Monday and how much all this work that they got on your desk. Well, you have all that work. Why are you here talking to me? Yo, I've done that before. I've lived that corporate America lifestyle. I have over 15 years of working in type of corporate America customer service. So I've seen it all. But like now, that product that I told you about in the beginning, I'm now